Hello everyone. Today we will learn about terminal connection and programming in the PIC 10A unit. First, let's look at the terminal connections. Terminals 2 and 3 are for your TC input. Terminal 4 is for your RTD input. For voltage input, use terminals 5 and 6, where 5 is positive, plus symbol, and 6 is negative, minus symbol. Terminals 7 and 8 are for your milliampere input, with 7 being positive, plus symbol, and 8 being negative, minus symbol. For programming, terminals 9 and 10 are used. You can loop these terminals to enter programming parameters, or you can press the front key to access programming. Terminals 11 and 12 provide your sensor supply. To power on the unit, connect neutral to terminals 19 and 20. Now let's move to programming. To enter programming for the SAN and a terminal, press the first and second keys. An ID will appear, and you need to enter 85. You can shift digits with the first key and change numbers with the middle key. To move to the next parameter, press the square key. The next step is input selection. Here you can choose your input type such as current, volt, J-type, or K-type using the middle key. After selecting, press the square key again to see the resolution. You can adjust the resolution to see the process value point by pressing the middle key. Next is display scaling low, DSCL. This sets the minimum value you want to see on the display for the minimum input. You can shift digits with the first key and change numbers with the second key. For example, if your minimum input is 4 milliamperes, you might set the display scaling low to 0. The input scaling minimum, ICML, parameter sets your actual minimum input. For a 4 to 20 milliampere input, your minimum input is 4 milliamperes, so you would set it to 4 milliamperes here. If your voltage input is 0 to 10 volts, your minimum input would be 0. Following this is display scaling high, DSCA, which determines your maximum input display value. For a 4 to 20 milliampere input, the maximum is 20 milliamperes, so you would set the display to 20. Similarly, input scaling maximum, CA, is typically defaulted based on your input selection, e.g., 20 for 4 to 20 milliamperes, 10 for 0-10V, but can be adjusted if needed. The reverse parameter allows you to invert the scaling. If you select yes, your input scaling will show in reverse. For instance, with a 4 to 20 milliampere scaling, an input of 4 milliamperes would display 20, and 20 milliamperes would display 0. The FDC parameter should be kept at default. Bias allows you to adjust the display if there are changes due to your input's location. Keep it at default 0. Finally, the reset parameter allows you to revert all settings to factory defaults by selecting yes. To exit programming, press the first and second keys again. In a demonstration, when a 50% output is given for a 4 to 20 milliampere input scaled to 0 to 20, the display shows 10. When the output is increased to 100%, the display shows 20, reflecting the maximum scaled value. Thank you.